I've been watching a lot of games, and when I was sitting back in Molde in my former club in Norway, and watching Champions League, you could just see it in Ronaldo's face that today I'm the man. Today I will score goals, and that's what he did, you know. So that's what I like the best, that how dedicated and how hungry they are to succeed and to be the man in the moment.
Cristiano Ronaldo, a person whose name has become a household name. The man who for many years was the real hegemon of the Champions League, and fans to this day call the legendary tournament in honour of the Portuguese League Cristiano. But the years do not spare anyone, and even the great ones at 38 cannot show the same level as before. Not so long ago, Cristiano Ronaldo moved to a club from Saudi Arabia called Al Nassr, where he is likely to spend the rest of his career. It was evident from the Portuguese that the last 2 seasons it was pretty hard for him to compete with young players and play against European giants. And in the Middle East, Ronaldo is a real star, and due to the weakness of the league, he can easily show a good game there for another couple of years. He's still in great shape for his age, and at the end of the legend's career, we want to tell you about what the Portuguese did at the peak of his legendary career. And so, now you'll find out how good Cristiano Ronaldo really was at the peak of his career. Don't forget to subscribe and like and comment in 4 words. And we begin, let's go. Cristiano Ronaldo was born on February 5th, 1985 in Funchal, Madeira. He was the 4th child in a fairly poor family. Little Ronaldo started playing football at the age of 2 years. At the age of 6, he received an offer to play for Aveiro, where his father worked part-time, making football uniforms. In Aveiro, the Portuguese showed a good game, and at the age of 10, he joined Nacional, where he also continued to make serious progress. Soon, young Ronaldo was noticed by such clubs as Porto and Boa Vista, but Ron eventually ended up in Sporting, where he spent the rest of his youth career and began a professional one, thus becoming the first player in the history of Sporting who managed to play for all squads. Pedro Barbosa, Rui Bento, I can't believe I'm training with them. For me, it was a real happiness. After spending 2 years with Sporting's first team, in August 2003, he moved to Manchester United and became the club's first ever Portuguese. It was in Manchester that Ronaldo really made himself known and gained worldwide fame. At first, it was quite difficult for him to get used to a completely different style of play, which is inherent in English clubs. And only in November, he managed to score his first goal in a match against Portsmouth. And the goal was scored from a free kick. Remarkably, one of the most beautiful goals of his career. Cristiano also scored against Portsmouth from a free kick in 2008.
But maybe this one is the best.
How did you work out how to strike the ball like that? And have you ever hit a ball like that before?
Well, this is my style. I prefer to shoot like that.
Cristiano managed to score many more times in his entire career in a similar way, but this particular shot was incredible. That season was marked for Ronaldo, of course, not only by this goal, but also by a number of other achievements. In September 2007, Cristiano took part in a match against his former team and scored a goal that he did not celebrate. In January 2008, the Portuguese scored his first hat-trick for the Reds against Newcastle United. And already, in January, he had 23 goals in his account in the Championship of England. Exactly that much he scored in all tournaments in the 2006-2007 season. Ronaldo's progress has been incredible. He significantly worked on his left foot strikes and continued to hone his heading skills, which would later become one of the Portuguese's hallmarks. The season continued for Cristiano in a chic way. He regularly excelled both in the championship matches and in the Champions League. On March 19th, Ronaldo entered the match with the captain's armband for the first time and scored 2 goals against Bolton. The second goal was his 33rd of the season, setting a new club record for the most goals scored by a midfielder. On May 21st, 2008, in the Champions League final of the 2007-2008 season in Moscow against Chelsea, Ronaldo opened the scoring.
Champions League finals is always a special games. It's that moment that your heart beating faster. So I remember that I scored the opening goal.
The Blues managed to bounce back, but in regular and extra time, the winner could not be identified, which led to a penalty shootout. Ronaldo tried to outsmart Chelsea goalkeeper Petr Cech by stopping before kicking, but he failed and Petr Cech parried the kick. Further, John Terry made his legendary missed goal, and Manchester still managed to win that match and take the Champions League trophy, which was the first for Ronaldo.
How does it feel now to be a Champions League winner?
Well, the feeling is great. It's my first Champions League. I feel fantastic. It's a great moment for me.
When you missed your penalty, what was going through your mind then?
Well, I feel disappointing, but I scored in the game. This is the most important. I try to help my team all the time. I think I scored a great goal.
That season for Ronaldo was just incredible. Not only did he become the top scorer in the English Premier League, he was also awarded the Golden Boot. It was the first Golden Boot in history to be awarded to a winger. Also, the Portuguese, for the second time, became the best footballer in England, both according to journalists and according to the players. In June 2008, it was reported by Sky Sports that Ronaldo was interested in moving to Real Madrid. This caused an uproar from various quarters, and speculation continued throughout most of the summer, until Cristiano publicly announced that he was staying at Manchester for at least one more season. I can confirm that next season I will play for Manchester United. I will play with my heart and soul. I will honour my club's jersey with the same zeal and dedication with which I've always done it, said the Portuguese in an interview for The Guardian. In the summer, Cristiano was injured, so he could only return to action on September 11th in a match against Villarreal in the Champions League. On November 15th against Stoke City, Ronaldo scored his 100th and 101st goals for the Red Devils. Both goals were from a free kick. After these two goals, Cristiano had goals against all 19 Premier League teams. At the end of 2008, Ronaldo received his first Golden Ball and became the third Portuguese in history to have this award.
I'd like to dedicate it to my family, to my mothers and to my sisters, and to my friends and all those that have been involved in the making of my career, my friends as well, and my teammates right from the very beginning.
The following year also started very well for Ronaldo. On April 15th, Cristiano scored the only goal of the game from 40 metres in the second leg of the quarter-final Champions League against Porto, subsequently receiving the Ferenc Puskás Award for the best goal of the year. In the final of the tournament, Manchester United met Barcelona, where great attention was focused on the confrontation between Messi and Ronaldo as leaders in the fight for the Golden Ball. In that match, Barcelona won 2-0, and Messi scored the second goal, which played an important role in getting him the Golden Ball. On June 11, 2009, Manchester United accepted an offer from Real Madrid and sold the Portuguese to the Spanish club for £80 million. Thus, Ronaldo became the most expensive player in the history of world football, breaking the record of Zinedine Zidane. The contract with Real Madrid was signed until 2015. Under the contract, Ronaldo received €11 million a year, and the amount of compensation for him was equal to €1 billion. Representatives of the Glazer family said that the transfer was fully coordinated with Ferguson. Subsequently, after the completion of the transfer, Cristiano thanked Sir Alex for everything he'd done for him.
Hi boss, I have this chance to send you a message, and I will share with everyone what you do it for me, which is it's unbelievable. I'll never forget in my life. I remember when I arrived to Manchester with 18 years old, and as I said before, many of times, you was like a father for me in football. You give me many opportunities. You teach me many things, and I feel glad to send you this message.
Cristiano still speaks very well of Alex Ferguson. By the way, if you want, we can make a video about him and tell you about the career of the legendary coach.
The boss, he was the leader, was the guy which is every player follow him, his ideas, his strategy. For me, as I say many times, he's one of my fathers of football.
Cristiano played his first match for Real Madrid on July 20th. This happened as part of the pre-season, and the Irish team Shamrock Rovers became the opponent.
It's a good game, it's a good training, we play against a good team, and I'm enjoying to play today.
On July 6, 2009, the presentation of the Portuguese took place at the Santiago Bernabéu Stadium. The presentation was attended by 80,000 people. Ronaldo was presented at number 9 because the then captain Raul had the number 7, under which Cristiano played in Manchester. Cristiano's debut in an official match took place on August 29th in a meeting with Deportivo, which ended with a score of 3-2, and one of the goals was on Ronaldo's account. In the first 4 matches for the club, the Portuguese invariably distinguished himself by scoring a goal. In the first match of the Champions League for Madrid, Ronaldo scored 2 goals at once against Zurich. On September 30th, in a match against Olympique Marseille, Cristiano scored 2 goals but was injured, which subsequently affected his game for the national team, where he was substituted in the match with Hungary due to the aggravation. Due to the injury, Ronaldo missed 55 days and lost the fight for the Golden Ball at the end of the year. But nevertheless, in his debut season for Real Madrid, he scored 33 times in 35 matches, thus becoming the team's top scorer. After Raul left the team, on the eve of the 2010-2011 season, Ronaldo again took his later legendary number 7. Despite the high performance that year, Cristiano did not even enter the top 3 in the fight for the Golden Ball. But already on February 6, 2011, after 2 goals against Real Sociedad, the Portuguese set another record. It took him 51 matches to score 50 league goals. The only trophy this season was the Spanish Cup, in the final of which Ronaldo scored a header against Barcelona, which became the only one in the match. But the next season was the most productive for him since the beginning of his career. The young Portuguese managed to score 60 goals in all the competitions. The 100th goal for Madrid was scored at the Camp Nou in the Spanish Super Cup match. At the end of that season, Real Madrid managed to become the champions of Spain for the first time in 4 years and set a record by scoring 100 points in the standings. It was the Portuguese who played a huge role in this.
Cristiano, it's always great to see you, and this season has been fantastic for you, for Real Madrid. Record-breaking 100 points. You scored 46 in the league, over 60 in all competitions. How great was the season for you, and what was your high point?
My high point is to win the title here in Madrid, which is La Liga. It's my first time. It was my first time, so I was so happy because it's my best moment here in Madrid, the most important trophy. In terms of individual, it was great for me to score the goal that I scored, to beat my own record.
From that moment, the peak of Cristiano's career began. In 2012, he again failed to win the Golden Ball, but this did not become a very big problem for him. Indeed, in the 2012-2013 season, the Portuguese continued to break records and reach more and more peaks. On October 7th, Ronaldo scored 2 goals against Barcelona, thus becoming the first person in history to score against Barcelona in 6 matches in a row. On January 27th, the 13th year, Cristiano scored his 300th career goal. And he was only 27 at the time. On May 8th of the same year, the Portuguese star reached the mark of 200 goals for Real Madrid. He managed to achieve this in 197 matches. He also scored 12 goals in the Champions League, thus becoming the top scorer of this tournament for the second time in his career. At the beginning of the 13-14 season, Cristiano Ronaldo signed a new contract with Madrid, which was also designed for 5 years. Together with strikers Karim Benzema and Welsh Gareth Bale, an attacking trio was formed, which among football fans was known as the BBC, which comes from the first letters of the names of the players. By the end of November, Cristiano already had 32 goals in 22 matches for the national team and the club, including 5 hat-tricks. In 2013, Cristiano scored 69 goals, which was his personal record for goals in a calendar year. Thanks to his efforts, the Portuguese was awarded the Golden Ball for the second time in his career.
I want to thank all my colleagues and companions at Real Madrid, the Brazilian and the Portuguese team, and my family who is here with me today. Those who know me know that many people helped me. My manager, our president, many people who are here, and I don't want to forget to mention Eusébio, my girlfriend who is with us today, and my son. And if I have forgotten anyone, I do apologize because I'm deeply moved. So thank you very much to all of you.
But Cristiano did not stop there and ended the season with an incredible record of 17 goals in the Champions League, where Real Madrid became the winners. He became the tournament's top scorer for the third time and broke the record for the most goals scored by one person in a season in the Champions League.
When you sign for Real Madrid, you feel that to win Champions League, it's kind of obsession, let's say. They're always thinking about Champions League. 1 year we felt another one, pressures higher. And this one, it was like the moment that Madrid win again Champions League. And I remember very well, so good feelings.
In addition to the Champions League, the Portuguese became the top scorer in the Spanish Championship, scoring 31 goals in 30 matches, which earned him the Golden Boot, which he shared with the then Liverpool striker Luis Suarez. In the winter, Cristiano received the third Golden Ball of his career.
It's been an unforgettable year. To win this trophy, a trophy of this kind, is something unique. And all I can say is that I want to continue working as I have.
During the 2014-2015 season, Ronaldo set a new personal best with 61 goals in the season in all competitions. On December 6th, in a duel with Celta, Cristiano reached the mark of 200 goals faster than anyone in the championship, in 178 games. On April 5th, 2015, Cristiano scored 5 goals in one game for the first time in his career. 3 of them were scored in 8 minutes. 3 days later, the Portuguese scored his 300th Real Madrid goal. In the 2015-2016 season, Real again took the Champions League and Cristiano scored 16 goals for the tournament, becoming the top scorer of this tournament for the 4th time in his career. But the success of Cristiano in 2016 did not end there. Euro 2016 was a real holiday for all of Portugal, and for Ronaldo himself. He gave his all to win that tournament, despite the fact that he did not manage to finish in the final. The Portuguese still won the match against France with a score of 1-0.
Probably the most important trophy I ever had in my career. To win something for your country. You know, it's where you grow when you have your family, your friends, when you're raised as a player, as a man, as a father. So good, of course, I remember very well.
Thanks to these 2 victories in 2016, Ronaldo again received the Golden Ball, which was his 4th. The next 2 seasons were also incredible for the Portuguese. On December 15th, in the semi-final of the 2016 Club World Cup against the Mexican America, Ronaldo scored his 500th career goal. In the first leg of the 2016-17 Champions League quarter-final against Bayern, Ronaldo scored both of his team's goals, making him the first player to score 100 goals in European competition. Real Madrid won not only the Champions League, but also La Liga, for the first time since 2012, and Cristiano scored 42 goals in all competitions. Gradually, it was from this season that the performance of the Portuguese began to decline slightly. But nevertheless, this did not prevent him from taking the Best FIFA Men's Player Award and the Golden Ball at the end of 2017, which made him a 5 times winner of the trophy.
I'm glad this is something that I looking forward every year, every season. So I'm glad that last year we did amazing season. We win the Champions League, we win the La Liga, and in terms of individual, I was the best scorer in the Champions League, and of course the trophies helps to win this award. So I have to say thank you to my teammates, Real Madrid and the national team too. Real Madrid, it was very important for me, and of course the rest of the people who helped me to be in a great shape during the season.
It was the last Golden Ball in the career of the legendary Portuguese. Cristiano will also have an amazing season in 2017-18, another victory in the Champions League and the 7th title of the top scorer of the tournament. But unfortunately, in the summer, as for the further transfer of Ronaldo to Manchester United, we'll probably shoot a separate video about this. But in short, Ronaldo is simply no longer young and could not produce the results that the club wanted from him and that he expected from himself. And all this tells us is that the peak of Cristiano ended at the end of 2017 and 18. The career of the Portuguese is truly amazing and full of incredible records and victories. Let's not forget that Ronaldo is now 38 years old and he still plays football at a high level, when many players finish their careers before even reaching the border of 35 years. And it is always worth remembering what contribution he made to world football. Thanks for everything, legend. And we have to watch this final seasons in his career. Is Cristiano Ronaldo the greatest? We want to hear the answer from you, dear friends. Thanks for watching, and bye-bye.